What is up, guys? That's where we're in. Here, trying to continue the series that I proposed not even like 20 minutes ago. Um, um, in that last video, I talked about how it was important that I wanted to create something, um, and how it was a struggle to just get up in front of the mic and say something, speak my mind. And I've also noticed too that like sometimes you have limitations outside your control that make it hard to just get up and create something. Um, I have a harder time speaking in front of a microphone. I'm much better at speaking in front of people. I'm much more of a charismatic individual than I am on a microphone. I feed off that. I feed off that, people. And it's how I'm wired, and that's okay. But I think that's why it's important that we need to create something why we need to create stuff as humans. Because as we learn about ourselves through creation, we learn about like our strengths, we learn about our weaknesses, and it's human, right? But I've been finding more like I'm a musician, right? An artist. I do a lot of stuff, but what I've been realizing more and more is that sometimes it's just getting up and creating something. Just doing it is often the hardest part of the process. I cannot get into this damn hole. There we go. Sometimes that's just the hardest part, is going up and starting. Because you don't know what to do, you have a lot of things that you want to try, and if you get the option to do whatever you want, and you can go and do just something. And there's a lot of things you can do. Especially if you have a lot of interest, you have a lot of things you want to just try and do, that's going to be overwhelming. I'm a scatterbrained person when it comes to that sort of thing. I see all these opportunities and then I overwhelm myself because it's like, there's so much I can do, there's so much I can learn, there's so much I can create. But I can't just because I can't. And that's what I'm trying to stop with this series, just in general. I have capabilities. I'm able to do a bunch. I have a lot of things that I know how to do, and there's some I'm not as strong as. And that's okay. Because anything you do is a learning experience, right? Literally with this video right here, see at the top left of your screen, the session timer does not line up with the video timer. I was struggling just getting words to come out that I wanted to say. So I currently have a notes app right up in front of my face, on my desk, just giving me talking points. It's not 100%, I'm sure you're listening, I'm still stammering a little bit, but it's something. It's going better than it was that first video. And you learn, you grow, and you create better things. And you just take the time to just acknowledge that you're learning. That's information hey, if I didn't continue, if that was information that if I were using a notes app to jot out my talking points, that's information I wouldn't have if I didn't try. Right? And for so long, the fear of I have to make everything I make has to be good. That stopped me from creating things. Said before I was a musician, I have hundreds upon hundreds of just four measure projects I have started in FL Studio, music wise, that I just haven't got around to finishing. haven't got around to making progress on. Just simply because I think everything I do that I share needs to be good. It needs to be what I consider like up par. And having a standard for yourself, I don't want to like wrong idea. That is a amazing thing to have. It is so important to have a standard for yourself. But at the same time, it shouldn't stop. It shouldn't stop you from creating something. And hey, and hopefully that's the key takeaway from a bunch of these ramblings. It's like, at least this one in particular. I'm still trying to get used to this format. I'm not, unlike the inspiration that I had from Jay Schlatt, I'm not as good as just getting up in front of the camera and speaking, right? But it's something I can learn and I want to grow with. But the only way I can do that is if I try. And here we are. Hope this video again finds you in really good health, and take care. Alright? Take care of yourself, take care of the people around you. And you're doing great. Keep at it. And try something.